Jamar.
What's going on YouTube?
Washington.
This is Martin for here once again. Hey, what's going on YouTube? This is your boy Jamar for here once again, and we are here to review episode 4 of Chasing LA. I believe this episode is called Respect My Name. Now, this was interesting. This kind of moved along some storylines and allowed some new relationships to blossom. So let's go ahead and just dive right in. Okay, so we're leaving off where we left off last week with the hiking trip, right? And, you know, since Dee Hawkins is one that's hosting this, he asked the question to the group, this, hiking up this hill is supposed to manifest or represent you overcoming, something in your life. Can anybody share anything that, in their life that they want to try to overcome? And so Jayla gives her, sorry, this thing on my hair was driving me crazy. Jayla is talking about how she overcome, the whole trans experience, how, being only 23 and the life expectancy of any, black trans woman is only 35. That's something to overcome definitely, which is great. And when we move over to Andre, Andre talks about he's trying to overcome pettiness. And then moments later proceeded to be petty. Moments later proceeded to be petty because I was very confused, and I don't know, it's possible that maybe I missed something, or maybe something just went over my head at some point and I may have went to the bathroom at this certain part. But what was Andre's whole issue with Alicia? Like, did something happen at the dinner that we didn't see? Because on the way up the hiking trail, Andre had this whole comment to say about how Alicia was, allegedly working at Hamburger Mary's and making it seem like it was a bad thing. And then he gets into her again about the Coke comment, which we never saw, which is, I don't know why. So we didn't get to see that. And then he says in the confessional, which is probably the most bizarre part to me, I was just like, wait, what? He said that you need to prove to me that your ambiguous comment or your general statement that you made was not about me. And I'm like, why? Like, what? Who? That just sounds so, it sounds so strange and ridiculous to say, because it's like, if somebody says something about, if somebody says something general to a group of people, and if I know for a fact within myself that that does not apply to me, I'm not going to be bothered by it. Like, if somebody just in a general statement said, oh, somebody stank, like, am I going to have to walk up to them and like, I need you to prove that you was not talking about me? It's like, what? No one does that. If you know that you don't stink, and if you know that you don't do coke, or whatever that is, then it's nothing, you shouldn't even be bothered by it. That's just me. I know he says that he has a brand and, no defamation, but my thing is, everybody else does too. And there's no celebrity that's high grade that doesn't have some sort of salacious rumor about them. Everybody has a rumor about them, and it doesn't stop them for the most part. So it was just strange how he was kind of downplaying everybody else, and then trying to make the whole situation, which didn't seem like it had anything to do with him, all about him. And I thought that was strange and kind of off-putting. I'm like, I liked Andre the first episode. I don't know what's been going on these past couple of episodes, but maybe it'll all turn around. But right now, you act a little crazy, girl. You act a little crazy. And speaking of crazy, I don't know how to say this because I really do like him. I really, really do. And he's gonna be so sweet. He's gonna be on our show next week. Dee Hawkins and this confessional. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it because it's there. It happened. We saw it. And honestly, to me, it's not the outfit. It's really not. It's not the makeup. It's not the outfit. It's none of that. For me, it was the wig. It was the wig. I felt like if he was bald, like he was in the previous scene that he did with Quan, and he had that outfit on, it would have been nothing. It would have been just another, cute fit. But something about the wig just something about that wig. Just it really took me. At first I thought they introduced a new cast member that we just didn't know about. To be completely honest, I'm like, wait, who is this? Who is she? I had to do a double take and it had his name in there. I said, wait, what? Child, I did not recognize that man at all. Like he could have been walking down the street and I wouldn't know a thing. I wouldn't know a thing. So I'm glad when he comes on, I'm gonna have to ask, like, so what was the inspiration? Just like how we asked Kendra when she talked about, do you know what happens to a toad when he gets struck by lightning? And that kind of took us by surprise, like, what the hell? I have to ask, what was it? Why the wig? The outfit, I swear to you, the outfit was cute. If you imagine that outfit bald, it would look great. But anyway, I had to acknowledge it because it was like I was really kind of mouth agape, like, what? Anyway, moving on. So we see Andre, working on his commercial. I'm glad that they're actually making a point to showcase, everybody doing their own thing. We see Ian and Dee Hawkins come in. He's doing like another commercial, like with his, I think the body scrubs. And then he's utilizing some of the stylings or some of the clothing from Andre's brand. So they're kind of like a little cross thing. Even though he did kind of act like he almost didn't fully know what Andre's brand was called at one point. I'm just like, oh, well, you're supposed to be collaborating and you don't know what they're called? Okay. But they're sitting down and Dee Hawkins, feels like Ian needs to film scenes with the cast because he's always, he has a scene with like Andre where he has to collect the tea about what's going on, Andre and Fran, and then he's sitting with Dee Hawkins and has to collect all the tea about what's going on. And I'm like, okay, so you was just sitting with Fran the other day and then you was like, kind of making like digs at his social media presence, and he's supposed to be this, that, and the fourth, but doesn't have like followers or whatever. I don't know. And then, oh God, the whole thing this past week about him and the freestyle against Kendra. Honestly, when that came up on screen, I didn't even remember it. Like when he started doing it, I just tuned it out because I was just like, okay, girl, he's doing this whole thing. I really didn't pay it no mind. And then when they played it back, I said, oh, ooh, that's not cute because we like Kendra. And everybody from like the internet, of course, the fans and like the Chasing the Atlanta girls were not okay with that. Of course, Kendra just kind of paid it and was just like, girl, bye, it's fine. But I was like, oh no, don't do that. And I know he says he's like a battle rapper and all this, that, and the fourth, but I guess. Maybe. I guess. But I feel like he needs to kind of get his own idea from the group because I feel like his perspective of the group is getting from secondhand people. And it's like, you got to get your own perspective and kind of hang out with them and see for yourself instead of getting other people's word for it. You know what I mean? So we get to Dee Hawkins' studio session and he's doing the Talk to My Daddy song featuring Quan the Poet, which is reciting poetry in the song. And he said he has another song called, was it MTAC, Make That Ass Clap? I'm like, okay, two different approaches or two different types of songs on the same record. I guess there's one that's gonna be tender and one that's gonna be ass throwing, which, we can always appreciate, eclectic, So I'm happy. I want to hear what that song's going to be like because I feel like that's going to definitely have a lot of meaning to the both of them as artists. So definitely looking forward to that. And he has another one, Between Me and You. I think that was a preview somewhere. Either he put it on Instagram. I heard a preview of it somewhere. But so while they're in the studio, he comes out and I almost was kind of confused. I'm like, wait, what's going on? He comes out and was like, I invited y'all here. But, with all due respect, I'm already nervous and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, wait, what's going on? What happened? Did I miss something? Did I go to the bathroom and miss something again? And apparently, I guess Jayla was outside, or they were all outside. It was like Quan, Jayla, Fran. Yeah, Fran was there. And I guess they were all talking too loud. I guess he said he couldn't hear the engineer and what they were trying to do, I guess. And I don't know. Like, again, here we go again with us not knowing a lot of the context as to what's going on. Because I'm like, wait, what's the aggression for? I wasn't sure. We just saw him recording 1 minute. Next thing he's pissed. I'm like, what? I don't know, y'all. I'm really. It's just odd. I don't know. It's just the pacing of it is. They feel like there's so much left out. Like we need some behind the scenes or something. I don't know. But this next scene, Dee Hawkins kind of updates Fran about how, or what the things that was said to him from Ian to Fran and Jayla. And I guess the little comments that he was making, and they kind of was just like, well, girl, like, I don't know her, so it is what it is. They kind of make it seem like Dee Hawkins is like one of those bone collector girls, which I don't really think is going to work. And then King Payne comes, and everybody ends up making comments. I don't think I noticed this until someone said it, is that King Payne usually shows up to any scene in a bubble coat. And it's just like, girl, you was already compared to Missy Elliott, and you go show up everywhere you come so far in a bubble coat. I think with the exception of the scene that he did with Jayla, which I have to go back and see if it's true or not, whether or not he has the bubble coat on or not. But be that as it may, him and Dee Hawkins had a spat because he felt he didn't get invited, I take it. And then it's because there were things that King Payne said about Dee Hawkins. I'm like, did I forget? I was really kind of like, wait, why are they beefing? I really feel like I'm missing something. If I'm missing something, if I just blinked and missed some stuff, like, can y'all put it down in the comments as to tell me why Andre and Alicia got into it. Tell me why King Payne and Dee Hawkins aren't seeing eye to eye for in that scene. I feel like I really do feel like I'm missing something, but be that as it may. We get to the next scene, which I think is definitely. Oh, yeah, I'm right. Sorry, I have to look at my notes. But I think it's definitely my favorite part of the episode. So we get to see both Jayla and Alicia go for a girls' night out at like the little salon or whatever. Because, you know, they're building on their friendship. You know, they're working together as the two trans women on the show, which is really, really nice to see. And one thing I gotta say, and I'm gonna tell her this tomorrow, because we actually interview Alicia for the prelude tomorrow with me and Scotty. So make sure y'all go subscribe to Scotty's channel so y'all can see the interview that we have with Alicia. Because I was like, babe, Alicia looked good this scene. Like that blue eye and like the big, like the Whitney Shaka Khan-esque hair and the little jean jacket outfit she had on, like that looked real nice. I really did like that. That was a really, real cute girl. So she's sharing with Jayla, you know, while she's getting her hair done, how, you know, just the initial struggles of being a Black trans woman. And she opened up and mentioned how she was actually jumped by 7 men after leaving work as a manager at a bar at like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. And, you know, they showed the news article, they showed like her interview after it happened. And, you know, we hear about it so often, and it's kind of like how young black boys and girls are being killed at alarming rates, and we can't keep track of the names. You know, the Black trans women community is getting killed at alarming rates, and we can't remember all their names either. And it's just like, it's happening so much that I feel like we're getting desensitized. I feel like we've been getting desensitized almost for a decade since this has been like in the news consistently, and it's crazy. And so I love how they put the confessional of, you know, Jayla just saying like, we already have enough struggle trying to be Black, let alone being Black, LGBT, and trans. It's just all the things stacked on top of us against society. So, you know, she talked about how she got jumped by 4 girls out of nowhere, not even like in a space where, you know, people would even know that she was trans. But, you know, people always have their jealousy. Girls can just be mad just for no reason. So I'm glad they were able to bond, you know, with that fact, knowing each other, have went through similar experiences, and they're no longer fighting at each other. I'm like, I don't like the only girls on the show fighting each other. I'm like, I don't know. Y'all should be standing together as a team. So it was really, really nice to see that. But yeah, like that was pretty much the episode, y'all. And you know, I got some tea. I'm not gonna say where the tea came from, you know, just in case, but we're only gonna get 8 episodes of this show. So we're already halfway through, and I mean, I know there's like a big blow up at some point, but it's still just kind of like, I don't know. I don't feel like we have like the foundation that I really want for when that blow up happens to be like invested in it. I feel like we're gonna be kind of just as confused as we are right now, but I want to give it a shot, and we're still gonna continue. Scotty and I start our interviews for the cast. We have Alicia tomorrow. We were supposed to do Jeremy yesterday, but some things that happened where he had to reschedule, so we rescheduled his interview to Sunday at 9:30 p.m. Eastern time. Next week we have Dee Hawkins. The week after that we have Hershey. Hey girl. And after Hershey at the end of the month we have Quan. So I'm trying to reach out again to like Fran, King Andre, and Jayla, but I haven't heard back from them yet. So we'll try again, and you know, if they don't respond a second time, you know, it is what it is. We tried, but you know, the invitation has been extended. But yeah, let me know what you think about this episode. If you want to follow me on all my social medias, it'll be down below at Jamar84. That's JAMAR84. Thank y'all again so much. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and share this to others who watch the Chasing Reality programming or the Chasing Reality network or platform, and so we can all talk about the episode. All right, I'll see you guys next time. Bye, guys.
Like, share, subscribe. Jamar, Washington.